Good morning, YouTube. This is Mixie Tarot. I hope that everyone's doing well this morning. It's really sunny and beautiful here in California. I'm coming to you guys with a video that was requested by Patricia. Patricia, hi. I'm doing this video for you. I just want to thank you so much for being so supportive in all of the videos that I've actually done, and I'm so happy to do this video for everyone, but specifically for you. So Patricia wanted to know about the senators who actually sold stock, and it was their actions were submitted to the ethics committee for review, and she wants to know if anything will happen to them, what will become of it. So with that being said, I'm actually going to be using the Next World Tarot, the Gill Tarot, and the New Era Elements Tarot. For anyone out there who's interested in buying any of these decks, I generally go to a store. They're closed right now because of coronavirus, but I generally go to a store called Mostly Angels. That's where I got Next World Tarot, and they also, I think, had this one, but I got this one from a different store. And the Gill Tarot I actually bought from a store in Hollywood. So, but Mostly Angels is one of my favorite places to go. The staff there is really sweet. So with that being said, oh, and the Mixed Emotions deck is, I've also pulled that out. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the Gill Tarot. I may not use all of the decks. I may just use a couple. So I'm going to put these aside. God, I'm asking your permission to bring forth any messages that you want the collective and Patricia to know about the senators who sold stocks and profited when the virus was just being brought to light. Any messages? Any messages regarding the stocks that were sold by the senators? Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for protecting us, all of us, and always being with us and loving us unconditionally. Show me the senators who sold stocks. Show me the senators who sold stocks. Okay, so the first cards that came out, the World, and Conception. So with these two cards, the first thing that I'm actually getting, when I saw the World, I didn't think so much about this being the World card. I was looking at the image. And if you look closely, there's a person like outstretched, almost protecting or hiding what's behind her. So with that being said, I believe that those senators that did sell stocks, they're only giving as much information, they're limiting the amount of information that they expose. They're hiding some things. Maybe not all of them, but some of them are. I don't know if everyone submitted information to the ethics committee, or if it was just Senator Burr. I'm not really sure. And for this card, conception, I feel like right now the biggest concern is getting the country back to some form of normalcy and the coronavirus. For now, this is on the back burner, but it hasn't been forgotten. So it's been brought to the table. They're aware of it. And right now it's on the back burner. When I think of conception, you think 9 months, right? So maybe within 9 months, they will proceed um, uh, with the investigation, the ethics committee, that is, with the investigation into the senators who sold stocks. Now, with that being said, these are the very same people who help to make our laws and pass laws, and so the very people who are making the laws know exactly how to get around those laws and know how to break those laws. They're very smart. So um, I'm not saying that they broke any. I'm not saying they broke any laws, although that's what's insinuated, that their behavior calls for them to actually resign from their position. I guess because of a law that was passed in 2012. However, the way that they're getting around it is, how is this our fault? We have these third parties that actually sell stocks for us. So, in a way, even though they are profiting from the stocks being sold, they've separated themselves from the entire transaction. This is a way for them to get around the law that was passed in 2012. I can't remember the name of the law, but this is a way for them to get around that law. If you have a third party that does all of it, it's my hands are clean. It's somebody else's. So if something goes wrong, or you can't put the blame on me because I didn't actually do it myself personally. Okay. Angels, can you bring forth any further messages regarding? Ooh. This is just a layout guide. I'm going to put that aside. Let me see. Let me look at all of these cards. Justice, joy. Well, okay, these are way too many cards, but I'm going to show them to you, okay? So I got the rest card, okay? The rest card. Now, to me, this doesn't mean that they need to get rest. This is that the situation at the current moment is at rest. It's at rest. The Hanged Man. It's stagnated. Like right now, there's no direction that it's going in. They're not it's not going one way or the other right now. It's stuck. It's just in one place, and they're having to look at it from a different perspective. The Magician. They can do whatever they want. They get to choose whether they want to pursue it or not, meaning the ethics committee. And the senators, like I said before, they make the laws. They know how to break the laws, the very laws that they made. They know how to get around it, so they work their magic in their favor, which tells me that nothing's probably going to happen to them. Adaptation. It looks like this is the five of coins. This has to do with money, to adapt, to find non-traditional ways for gain. Unity. Unity. The people on the ethics committee are part of the same group of people. That's one way to look at unity. Another way to look at unity is that this group that sold the stocks, or their third parties that sold the stocks, they're all on the same page. If everybody's on the same page and saying the same thing, then their stories look consistent. Oppression. I'm not sure about this card. Maybe you guys have some ideas. Maybe you can interpret this a certain way. I'm not sure with this card. Oppression. Joy. So maybe the joy that they've profited during this time. Wealth. Yeah, I mean, I think the smallest amount that I saw there in profit was $100,000. Most of us don't have $100,000, extra $100,000 that we gained because we sold stocks. And I think the most was like 5 million. I think that was Diane Feinstein. 5 million. Wealth. Aha. I saved the best card for last. Justice. Justice. So if you look at this card, justice is the spirit of justice is looking down on the situation that's happening, or looked down on the situation that that was happening, and inspired a journalist or whoever brought the information to the forefront to write about this. If that person hadn't been inspired to write about what had happened, what the senators had done, we never would have known about it. We never would have known about it. So the spirit of justice actually inspired someone to bring this story to the forefront. Now, that being said, it could also mean that justice will reign in the end. Justice will reign in the end. So the ethics committee, if they decide to let it go, somewhere else along the line in their lives, they will have to, at some point, they will have to pay for what they actually did. Okay, let's continue. Angels, can you bring forth any more messages regarding the senators? At the base of the read is intuition. So this is probably the ethics committee using their intuition, or the people relying on their intuition about what happened. Or you know what else, because I'm looking at the justice card and she's holding balanced scales of justice. And what the balanced scales are attached to is a sword that's pointing down. And it's pointing down towards the intuition card. So it looks like this. So this intuition could possibly be the person who brought the information to the forefront. This is probably the person that Justice inspired to bring the information. And this person used their intuition and followed the lead. Can you give us any more information regarding the senators who sold stock? Can you give us any more information regarding the senators who sold stock? Can you give us any more information about the senators who sold? In the past position, we have inspiration. Now, with this particular card, I am going to pay more attention to the picture. And in the picture, you're going to see this is the King of Cups. So there are a lot of emotions with these senators regarding them profiting during this time. So a lot of them have expressed the way that they feel, and there's a range of emotions, and emotions have run high regarding this matter. And this is the card, and when I look at the fish, so you see the King of Cups. And when I look at the fish, I think abundance. I think abundance. So I'm not necessarily paying attention to inspiration, the word inspiration, more at the picture of what I'm seeing. And that's in the past position. Can you bring us any more information regarding the senators who sold stocks and profited? Can you give us any more information regarding the senators who sold stock? Can you give us any more information regarding the senators who sold stock? Can you give us any more information to the senators who sold stock? The cards aren't talking anymore. Oh, as soon as I said that, of course, and it always happens that way. We have the Prince of Arrows or air, and we have aspiration. This sits on top of the reed. Aspiration. With this, I still feel like they're going to escape any consequences from this situation. But remember, justice is at the heart of the reed, and justice will not forget. Oh, man. Yep. I really don't think anything's going to happen to them. In the future position, we have the Devil card. Greed, material things, when I look at this card, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a person on my left, so you're right, and he has a crown on and a robe, And it looks like a Bible, possibly. It looks like a person who could be like a judge or someone, a lawyer, or someone in a position that we trust, and they tell us what we want to hear. But if you look closely at the picture, there's a devil tail coming from out under the robe. And of course, you can see the giant devil in the background. So just because people seem like they're really nice and they're telling us what we want to hear, and we think that they're working for us, the people, we don't pay attention to the horns or the tail that may be coming from under the devil tail that may be coming from under that robe too, but the robe. So angels, can you give us more messages? Any more messages? Any more messages? Any more messages? Okay, so look, these senators don't really know what's going to happen to them. So they're contemplating and thinking about the situation at hand. Although they know that the priority right now is coronavirus and healing the country, they haven't forgotten about it. It's in the back of their minds. And if you look also, there's an eagle, which we associate with liberty and, the government. You see the eagle, and behind the eagle, you see the moon. And the moon is usually associated with secrets. So the person contemplating, and in between the moon and the person contemplating is the eagle. Okay, and right when I put the card down, I heard the phrase, trying to create an illusion. This card wanted to come out. Okay, I got the Two of Swords. It says peace, but it was in reverse. Can you guys see that? It's in reverse. Two more cards, angels. Can you bring forth two more cards? Yep, thank you. So I got the Prudence card, but it was in reverse. It was in reverse. What I'm actually hearing with that is not just prudence, but jurisprudence. One moment. Okay, so I paused because I wanted to look up the definition of jurisprudence to make sure that I got it right. I didn't want to give a definition of a word and it'd be wrong. So basically, jurisprudence means the system of law. An example of jurisprudence would be a trial happening, and this is basically the example that they gave under the definition: the trial happening and using the law for an outcome. With that being said, and the card being in reverse, I think that yes, the ethics committee is going to pursue it, but they're not going to abide by the law or the rules for the senators selling these stocks. And I say that because I got the card in reverse. And as you can see, it's the Nine of Pentacles. So they're not going to, yes, they're going to go the full measure of maybe bringing it before the committee and following through with the guidelines in the investigation and talking to the senators, like going the full measure. But the outcome is not going to be that these senators will have to suffer consequences because of it. So it's an illusion. Give the people what they want to hear. But underneath, we're really not going to do anything. Nothing's going to happen. And the final outcome is reason. Now, with this card, this for me is like justice again. She's holding up, it's the Queen of Swords, okay? And we know the Queen of Swords don't play, okay? So the Queen of Swords, and so this is the outcome, and they will hide behind the guise of saying that we followed the law to the fullest measure, and we have concluded with the evidence that we have that these senators, because it was done by a third party without their knowledge or whatever they're going to say, that these senators will not suffer any consequences. So, Patricia, I'm sorry to tell you and everybody else that even though this is going to go the full measure of a trial or whatever the term they use on the ethics committee, nothing's going to come out of it. Nothing's going to happen to them. Okay, I'm sorry this is kind of a long video, but I want to see if I can get some mixed emotion cards. Mixed emotion cards. Angels, show me the senators. Show me the senators. Can you show me the senators? If they don't give me any cards, I'm just gonna, okay. Makes sense. Frustrated because they feel like they haven't done anything wrong. Prevented, hindered, blocked. So they feel frustrated. Like they're sitting and waiting, basically. Like this gentleman is waiting in traffic. They're sitting and they're waiting. They want things to be over and done with by now. We have compassionate, empathetic, caring, and sympathetic. So this is probably the committee. They understand, like, we understand that it wasn't your intention to sell stocks at a time when so many American lives were being lost. We understand that it's not your fault that you're rich and can profit more in this country while people don't have medical insurance or food on the table or, along those lines, and unsure what direction this is going to go in. Okay, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the read. Patricia, again, thank you for requesting these videos. If you guys have any questions or anything that you want me to do a video on, I would be happy to go ahead and do that. and just send it to me in, the comments, or you can email me as well. That's fine too. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed day wherever you are, and that you're taking care of yourselves and your family and friends. And that's pretty much it. Okay, Mixie Tarot out. Bye bye.